Hey everybody, Terry here with HVAC Maintenance and Supplies, or mainsupplies.com. That time of year again where you may turn on your air conditioner for the season and it's blowing warm air. So definitely want to look at a couple of simple things prior to calling out a technician and paying all that money. First of all, keep it simple. Always pays to do the simple maintenance procedures first. And we have some great maintenance kits online that should be done every year to your system anyway. And if you don't need one of the things in the kit, at some point in time you're going to, so you may as well just get the kit. We also sell the refills for the kit, which include just the coil cleaners and the condensate pads and the air filter air freshener. But your different kits we have are basic, standard, and deluxe, and they all have a little bit different items in them. Most of them all have the fin comb in them, the coil cleaning brush, which is a nice handy little brush for brushing the heavy stuff off and getting at your evaporator or your indoor coil. They have some sort of condensate pan tablets in different size, either 2 or 4 cans of the coil cleaner that can either be used on the indoor coil or the outdoor coil, as well as a coil coating treatment, which you can spray on the coil afterwards to help dust and dirt from sticking to it. So again, mainsupplies.com, check those out. We have the maintenance kits on there, great value at that. So, okay, so our air conditioner is not working. A couple things I want to check. Again, keep it simple. I want to get down and make sure that the air filter is clean, that we've got a clean filter in there. 2, come outside and inspect the outdoor unit as well. Make sure that you have all the dust and dirt, the cottonwood isn't built up on it. You can take this coil cleaner, open up these cans, it works great. You just take and inject it in there, it foams up, let it soak on there for 5-10 minutes, and then flush it out. From the inside out is the best. If you can't get the panels off to go from the inside out, you can, flush it from the outside in. You just want to be real careful that you're not bending over the fins and that you're going at an angle and go back and forth real slow. But the preferred method is from the inside out because the dirt is typically coming in from that direction. But it's not real tough to do. Just make sure you always have your power off anytime you're servicing the air conditioner. So check your coil in there, check your filter inside. The other thing is visually inspect things if it's been running for a while. Are you noticing any frost or ice anywhere? If you do notice any ice or frost, the first thing you want to do is, again, check your filter, but you want to turn your thermostat to fan on. Let that run for, up to 12 hours, just running fan with no cooling, because it can form a block of ice in your evaporator or your indoor coil, and you need time for that to thaw out. So definitely want to do that. If you do find that it was froze up and your filter was plugged, let it thaw out, put in a new filter, run it. If it continues to freeze, you probably have a leaking issue with Freon leaking. We do sell some Freon leak repair kits on our site as well. The AC Easy Seal products that we have, there's different ones on there for that. So, like I said, definitely get in there and clean everything up first. Second thing you want to do is inspect all your wires out here. Make sure that your low voltage wire, a lot of times these will get chewed up by the mice. Make sure inside of here, and again, make sure that the power's off. Make sure that all your wire connections, nothing's burnt, nothing is corroded. You can check, this is your capacitor. This is what gives the compressor a kick on startup. If that's bulged up, you probably have an issue with that. You may need a technician to come out and change that. But again, loose wires, dust and dirt, those are typically a lot of the big problems that you have. You also want to make sure that all your registers are open in the house so you don't have a restricted airflow. 1 or 2 is not a big deal, but you don't want to have a bunch of them closed off. Make sure that you have air blowing out of your registers, that your fan motor, that could potentially be bad down there. If this condenser fan, if you hear a loud humming noise and the condenser fan motor is not spinning, you can reach in there and give it a spin with a stick. If it takes off and starts going, that's typically an indication that you have a capacitor problem. General rule of thumb, when this thing is running, this line will be warm to the touch, not so hot that you can't touch it. If it is, you probably have a coil issue with it being dirty, or a fan issue, not moving enough air across there. This line should be under the insulation, called your suction line, should be cold and sweating. The old rule of thumb was about like a can of beer. Of course, the right way to do a perfect charge on it is have a technician come out and check the gauges. But in any event, these are just a few things that you can check that may save you a service call. Again, 90% of the calls are something very basic and something very simple. You usually have a disconnect. Make sure your switches, your breakers are all on. If it continues to trip a breaker, you would need to call a technician because you probably have a compressor issue or something. So again, get our maintenance kit, get everything cleaned up, check these few simple things. If that still don't do it, well, unfortunately, you probably will have to call a technician. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of our videos. Follow us on Facebook, HVAC Maintenance and Supplies. And don't forget about all our products online, mainsupplies.com.